It's about 6:38 now. The American Red Cross is issuing a severe blood shortage warning after the national blood supply dropped about 35% over the past month.
Yeah, experts say national trends typically trickle down to the local level, meaning shortages are being felt right here in our community too. Our Brianna Shaw joins us now with more on the critical need for donors. Good morning, Brianna.
Hey, good morning, Lenitra, Rob. The American Red Cross says a combination of severe winter weather and cold and flu season has significantly impacted blood donations nationwide. Now, while our area hasn't experienced the winter weather conditions seen in other places that have actually canceled some of those drives, officials say illness during the winter months has still made it really difficult for many donors to keep their appointments. And of course, with sickness floating around, you're not supposed to give blood if you're having any kind of symptoms. Hannah Marbanks with the local chapter of the American Red Cross says donating is a simple way to help people you may never even meet. Just one plasma donation can provide up to 4 units of plasma for patients in need.
About every 2 seconds, someone across the United States is in need of blood. There are a variety of reasons why someone might need blood, whether it's to help with a chronic illness or a trauma-related issue, whether it is a car accident or childbirth or a variety of reasons, cancer.
According to the Red Cross, the shortage is especially serious right now for O, A negative, and B negative blood types, which are often needed in times of emergencies. Now, here locally, the Capital Area chapter of the American Red Cross has only been collecting blood donations in the past couple years. As a result, they're working to build the necessary infrastructure, like bringing in teams from Georgia and Alabama to help collect blood for North Florida. Now, the American Red Cross is urging eligible donors to schedule an appointment as soon as possible to help with the blood supply, especially during these times. There are several blood drives coming up in our area in February. You'll be able to find a full list on our website. Lenitra, definitely an important time. January is National Blood Donor Month, so it's a time where people who are able to donate are appreciated, and also a time where officials are urging new donors to donate their blood.
All right, great time to consider that. All right, thanks, Bree.